All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're doing a breakdown of a really foundational text, Ephesians chapter 4. And we're going to explore this huge idea it presents. What does it actually mean to live a life that has real purpose and unity?
I mean, it's a question we all wrestle with at some point, right? But what's cool is that this ancient text doesn't just ask the question, it actually gives us a surprisingly practical blueprint for the answer.
So, the first thing you have to understand is that this chapter marks a major shift in the letter. It's like the author spent the first half laying down a solid foundation, and now, right here, they start building the house.
And this is that moment. The author makes a very intentional pivot, moving away from the big conceptual ideas of what to believe and getting into the nitty-gritty of how to live. And what's so interesting is how clear this distinction is. On one side, you have theology, the core beliefs, the foundation. And on the other, you have application, the ethics, the daily actions that are supposed to grow out of those beliefs. The author is basically saying these two things are completely connected. So after this huge turn from belief to behavior, what's the very first instruction we get? Well, it's not just a rule. It's framed more like an invitation, a call to a whole new way of living. And here it is. This is the core command. Live a life that is worthy of the calling. It's not just a friendly suggestion. This is presented as the central responsibility. This is the main event.
Now that word worthy is key. It's not about being perfect or trying to earn something. In this context, it just means aligned. It means your outward actions should match your inward beliefs. Your life should be a true reflection of your purpose. It's all about consistency.
And that's the logical next question, isn't it? Okay, great, I'm supposed to live this way, but what does that actually look like on a Monday morning? Well, thankfully, this framework doesn't leave it up to our imagination. It turns out, this whole worthy walk is built on 4 very specific character qualities. You can think of them as the essential ingredients needed to create and, more importantly, maintain unity.
The message here is that this grand idea of a worthy life isn't some abstract concept floating up in the clouds. No, it's totally grounded in tangible, personal virtues that anyone can actually practice. And here they are, the 4 pillars of your personal character: humility, gentleness, patience, and love. Now, what do you notice about all of these? Every single one is relational. They're all about how you interact with other people.
And that's the crucial point. These virtues aren't just about self-improvement for the sake of it. Each one is a tool, a building block for something much bigger, unity within the entire community. It's the micro-level behavior that makes the macro-level goal possible.
But, if individual character is one side of the coin, what's on the other? Well, this passage argues that for unity to last, it also needs a shared foundation of belief.
And that foundation, it says, is built on 7 core pillars, 7 essential points of agreement that are designed to hold everything and everyone together.
These are called the 7 ones. It's this powerful, rhythmic list of truths that are meant to bond the community. You have one body, one spirit, one hope, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, and one God.
And the logic here is just brilliant. The 4 virtues, humility, gentleness, and so on, that's how you should behave to maintain unity. But these 7 pillars, this is what you must agree on to even have unity in the first place. This is the non-negotiable common ground.
So, let's put it all together. You have the how, those personal virtues. And you have the what, those 7 pillars of shared belief. And according to this framework, you absolutely need both to create a community that is truly unified and living a life that is worthy. And so, that leaves us with a final thought to really chew on. When we look at the world around us today, with all of its fractures and all of its divisions, which of these 7 foundational pillars of unity do you think is the most critical? Or maybe, which one have we overlooked the most?